Have you ever tried to use an official document like your birth certificate or maybe a diploma in another country? If you have, you know it can get surprisingly complicated really fast. Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that whole process, and we're going to start with a problem you might have even faced yourself.
So picture this. You're all set up for a new job abroad, or maybe you're getting married. You hand over your perfectly legal U.S. birth certificate, and the official just looks at you and says, "Sorry, we can't accept this. It's a total showstopper, right? You're stuck. What on earth just happened?"
Well, believe it or not, the problem, and luckily the solution, usually comes down to this one simple, kind of strange word, apostille. It is the absolute key to unlocking your document for international use, and we're about to figure out exactly what it is and how it all works.
All right, so to make this super simple, let's start with an analogy. I want you to imagine that you need to get a passport, but it's not for you, it's for your documents.
I mean, think about it. You would never dream of showing up at an international border without your own passport to prove who you are, right? Of course not. Well, your papers are pretty much the same. A foreign government has no way of knowing if that fancy diploma or official-looking birth certificate is the real deal. An apostille is basically that official stamp that tells the rest of the world, hey, you can trust this. This document is legit.
Okay, so it's a passport for your papers. Got it. But what exactly does this passport guarantee? Let's dig into what an apostille actually certifies, and maybe just as important, what it absolutely doesn't.
At its core, an apostille is just an official certificate that gets physically attached to your original document. Its one and only job is to verify the signature or the seal of the public official who signed it, like a county clerk or a notary public. It proves that their signature is authentic and that they actually had the authority to sign it in the first place.
Now this right here is the most critical part to understand, so listen up. An apostille confirms that the signature on the document is real and that the person signing it was allowed to. What it does not do is check the facts inside the document. It's not confirming that your name is spelled right on your birth certificate or that you actually got an A in chemistry. Nope, it only confirms the signature of the official is legitimate. That's it.
So we know what it is. Now, let's get practical. When are you actually going to run into this? What are the most common situations where you'll suddenly need one?
You'll almost always see these pop up during major life events. We're talking about things like getting married in another country, adopting a child internationally, or applying for a visa to work or study overseas. And the documents involved are the big ones: birth and marriage certificates, your school transcripts and diplomas, powers of attorney, basically any official paper that needs to be legally recognized outside of the U.S.
Now for a really crucial piece of the puzzle. This whole apostille system works beautifully, but only if the country you're going to has agreed to play by the same rules. And that agreement is called the Hague Apostille Convention. It's the backbone of this whole process.
So, the very first question you have to ask is the country I'm going to a member of the Hague Convention? If the answer is yes, fantastic. Your path is simple, you just need that one apostille certificate. But if the answer is no, well, you're looking at a much more complicated process called authentication and legalization. That involves getting your documents certified by multiple agencies and even the embassy of that country. It's a lot more work. All right, we're at the last piece of the puzzle. Let's say you've confirmed you need an apostille and your destination is a Hague Convention country. Great! The final question is, who in the U.S. actually gives you this thing?
It all boils down to one simple thing. Who issued your document in the first place? If it's a state-issued document, like a birth certificate from California or a diploma from a New York State school, you have to go to the Secretary of State in that specific state. But if it's a federally issued document, like an FBI background check or an IRS tax form, then you have to go to the U.S. Department of State.
So let's wrap it all up. If you remember just one thing, make it this. An apostille has nothing to do with the content of your document. It is simply the internationally recognized seal of approval for the signature on that document. It's that official global handshake that allows your important papers to travel the world with you.
And there you have it, the apostille, totally demystified. Now you know exactly how to get your official documents ready for pretty much anywhere your adventures might take you. So, the only question left is, where are you gonna go?